Hey everybody, Zach at the Homestead, and I wanted to show you this video the other day. We recorded this video, and the audio did not pick up, so I'm going to do just kind of a voiceover. So this is a little bit different today than you're normally used to when you're joining us on the Homestead. But this was a video of a black snake, a very long black snake, trying to make entry into our chicken coop. Tim found him. We were out there doing another video, and Tim saw the snake, and it was about 2 feet away, 2 or 3 feet away from the fence or the fence line of the coop run. And inside that coop were some baby chicks that were hatched out by some of our chickens this year. Obviously, we have a new set of chicks inside of the coop that you probably saw in a previous video recently. But this is the snake. He's now backing away because we've gotten real close. He's thinking this is not a good idea. So he's like, I saw that guy. He has a Glock. I'm out of here. But no, I did not kill the snake. He's still out there somewhere today. And so there was no harm done to the snake at all whatsoever. Because I know he can't gain entry into our coop. If he really wanted to, he probably could. I did pull him back out here. You'll see in a second. I pulled him back out by his tail, and I gave him a roughing up, and we moved him off to the side a little bit, but I didn't injure him at all. He was not injured, and I just pulled him out of the weeds once and threw him over here into these weeds, and then we pulled him out again, and then we decided to go ahead and relocate him a little bit farther away from the coop. And if he had made his way into the coop, he's a goner. I mean, if he's actually killing chickens, if he's killing chicks. If he swallows an egg, there is no relocation program. There's no rehabilitation program. There's no, second chances. It's you're going to be terminated. But we have been here now for at this homestead for about 4 years. We have not once had any snake that we know of gain entry into our chicken coop. So we feel pretty confident that our chicken coop is secure. We even did a video on it. The video is called "Your Chickens Are Going to Die," and it's because so many people, they talk to us about the chickens, the problems they have with pests and predators getting into their chicken coop and killing and eating their chickens. You have to make your chicken coop like Fort Knox. So there you go. We set him off to the side over there, and that's where he'll stay. And he went off on his way. He was not happy when I picked him up the first time. He was shaking his tail like, trying to pretend to be a rattlesnake. But there was no fooling me. And we roughed him up a little bit, and we threw him off over a little bit farther away from the coop. And then, I walked back over to the coop. And, I'm not really worried about these guys gaining entry. Again, we've been here 4 years at this location, at this homestead since we built. We've been off grid for about 5 years. And this location, this chicken coop has never seen a predator gain access. We've never had a time where we've gone out to the egg to get eggs and that we find a snake inside of the egg box, or we're mysteriously missing chicks from some sort of disappearance because of a predator. And it's because these little holes right here, you see these holes. Most of those are small, too small for a large snake like the snake you just saw to get through access. A small snake sure could get in there, but those small snakes aren't going to be able to get access very easily. Now, underneath that rock you see there is some sheet metal that's buried. So, that fencing goes all the way down to that sheet metal, and that sheet metal is buried. And that sheet metal prevents, raccoons or possums or any other type of predator from digging down underneath the chicken run to gain access. They can't do it. So it's just another barrier. So underneath all that rock is sheet metal that we buried. So, you got to make your chicken coop like Fort Knox. It's just, that's the way it's got to be. And that snake wanted to get in there, and I doubt he would have gotten in. Not only that, if he had gotten a little closer to gain access, one of the benefits of the Guinea fowl that we have on the homestead is they are absolutely vicious towards snakes. I roughed them up a little bit, threw them over to the side, but the guineas will kill him. If the guineas found him right there, the guineas are always on patrol, they're always looking. So the guineas do a great job. In fact, there's some footage we have. I'll see if I can find it. Right outside our back door one day, the guineas were just going nuts. And we were like, what is going on? And just outside the back door was this pretty big, good-sized rattlesnake. And this rattlesnake was out there, and it was just outside our back door where the kids could be walking. And the guineas alerted us to its presence. If it had been, there was only 3 guineas that were there at the time, but if it had been, 5 or more, those guineas could have picked that rattlesnake off and killed it. Guineas are vicious towards snakes, and they will oftentimes kill them if they're in good enough numbers. And chickens will sometimes often assist, and the chickens will definitely assist in eating the snake afterwards. The chickens will do that. But the guineas, again, another good reason. Not only are guineas so good about keeping ticks and chiggers in check on your property, but they're great against snakes and keeping snakes away from your chicken coop and snakes away from your homestead, and alerting you to the presence of them should they show up. And then you can show up and see if it's a problem snake like a copperhead or a rattlesnake, something that's venomous and poisonous and would not be advantageous for you to keep around, or if it's a friendly snakes that, because snakes do provide a service of keeping, mice under control and things like that. As long as we don't find a snake inside the coop, the snake is fine and free to live. There's no harm that's going to come to that snake. And we've made our coop in such a way that it's hard to gain access, so we don't have to kill these creatures that do provide a benefit towards us. But if you do gain access, if they manage to gain access, number one, we're going to try to find out how you got access. And number two, we're going to eliminate you. Because if we relocate that snake to another location, all you're doing is making your problem someone else's problem. It's the same with relocating raccoons. Farmers around here, homesteaders around here, every single homestead around here has some sort of fowl, chickens or ducks or something. And so they do not want you relocating raccoons or foxes or snakes, problem snakes that have an appetite for chicks or eggs, because everyone around here has a coop. Everyone around here has chickens, or some sort of fowl on their property. And all you're doing is making your problem someone else's problem, and they're not happy with you if they find out you did that. If we do find something like this again that gains access to the chicken coop, it's unfortunately time to make that problem disappear. Anyway, one other thing I'll mention. People ask us all the time, Zach, you really need a good dog on your homestead. And, and we've opted for donkeys. We have a neighbor donkey that comes over sometimes, and it's great. Female donkeys are absolutely wonderful when it comes to livestock and protecting livestock, whether it's sheep or cattle. The last donkey we had was a bit skittish towards humans, and so we decided to get rid of her. But she's done a fantastic job at her new owner's location at killing coyotes and protecting newborn calves that are being born to that herd. But another amazing benefit a lot of people didn't know, and we didn't know about donkeys, is they will absolutely kill snakes when they see them. We would just walk around the homestead and we would find dead snakes laying everywhere. Copperheads and, all kinds of snakes, rattlesnakes. It was because of the donkey. The donkey would find them and they would stomp on them and kill them until they would step on them until they were dead. And the snake didn't have a chance. You think a snake might hurt the donkey, but the donkey was good. The donkey is a killing machine. And some people you don't think of a donkey that way. You think of a donkey as Eeyore from like Winnie the Pooh. But donkeys are amazingly smart. They're amazingly effective at protecting livestock, and they're amazingly effective at protecting your homestead from unwanted predators like poisonous snakes like copperheads and rattlesnakes. And so it was amazing. A donkey is a great tool, a great asset. And so we're not going to, not only that, the reason I really don't want a dog around here is because so many of my other neighbors have dogs, and there's just already enough barking, and thank goodness none of my neighbors live very close to me, but I still hear their dogs out in the distance, and I don't want my dog, have to, train my dog, go through the effort of training it to not bark at the other dogs in the neighborhood. And plus there's packs of other wild dogs that run around here, and coyotes, and just the donkey, our experience with the donkey is that they're so much more effective. We're going to stay with that. And we're going to go back to a female donkey, to protect the livestock. And in fact, once we expand our pastures to the point that we want to, we'll probably get 2 female donkeys so that they can run together and keep the herd. Most of the other herds around here that have donkeys, and there are a number of them, they all have multiple donkeys for their herd. So anyway, I thought you might enjoy that video. The video of this black snake trying to get in access to the coop. He came close, but no cigar. But I seriously doubt he would have made access to the coop without getting either caught up in the fence, the wire that was there, and then deciding he didn't want to do that, or getting picked off by the guineas and chased away by them and some chickens. Because as soon as the guineas would have seen him, they would have made his life miserable. So anyway, like I said, been 4 years. We've never had access gained by a snake to our chicken coop. And it's because we have a well-built chicken coop. I'll include a link to our Chickens Are Gonna Die video, your Chickens Are Gonna Die video that shows you how we built our coop and just some of the benefits of that. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. If you like this video, you can check out this list of amazing folks. These are patrons that make all of our videos possible. We couldn't do what we do here without them. And if you want more information, you can go to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead to see all the benefits. Other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, check out the videos on the left, hit that subscribe button below, check us out on STEEMIT, and we'll see you next time on An American Homestead.